Happy Wednesday. I have a book that I would like to read to you today. It's actually just a small portion of this book. It's the Little Bible Hero Storybook, and there is a section on Daniel. We learned about Daniel and the lion's den, so I thought that I would read you some more about Daniel. So I'll read the pages and then I will show you the pictures, okay? All right, it says, Daniel is a young man in Israel, and when the king of Babylon conquers the city of Jerusalem, he takes Daniel and his friends to his palace to work as his servants, which means workers. So there they go, and there's Daniel and his friends. They're in the back of the wagon headed to the king's palace, and they are given unhealthy food and wine. But Daniel and his friends keep God's laws and choose vegetables and water instead. After 10 days, they look healthier than the others and are allowed to keep obeying God's laws. God wants you and I to be healthy. That's right. So there's Daniel and his friends, and they are choosing to eat vegetables and drink water instead of what the king's was serving. It says later, the king has terrible dreams. Have you ever had a terrible dream? Oh, I have too. I don't like them. Well, the king orders all the wise men put to death because they can't tell him what he dreamed and what the dreams mean. Oh, that is so horrible. These poor guys, they can't know what the king is dreaming about. They don't have that power to do that. Here's the next page. Nobody in the world can know your dreams and explain them, the wise men plead. Now, Daniel is a wise man now. He prays to God for help, and God tells him all about the king's dreams. Now, my friends, nobody can tell you about your dreams, but God gave Daniel the information he needed to tell the king about his dreams. Here's the pages. I love the picture right here of Daniel praying to God. So Daniel quickly goes to the king and explains what God had told him. The king is very happy to know what his dreams mean. Oh, I am so glad that Daniel told the king that it was God that told him what to tell him. The king now knows that Daniel's God is the one true God. And to show his thanks, the king gives Daniel gifts and makes him a ruler over the country. Oh, well, that's awesome. Okay. Years later, wicked men throw Daniel into a den of lions because he prayed to God instead of to the new king. God sends an angel to shut the lions' mouths. Daniel is saved from the lions. I love it. So, then the king promoted Daniel and gave him many generous gifts. He made him ruler over the entire province of Babylon and chief governor over all the wise men of Babylon. That can be found in Daniel chapter 2, verse 48. Is it hard to obey God when others tell you not to? Sometimes it can be, but I hope that you will always obey God. And it says, Daniel prayed to God for help. When has God answered your prayers and helped you? And then it says, remember, the Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 29. I love the fact that Daniel prayed to God and obeyed God, and God helped him. God wants us to pray to him. God wants to help us to choose to obey him. We can choose to obey God, and God will help us do so. I hope that you enjoyed our story today. I enjoyed reading it to you, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Goodbye for now.